Una vez más les tengo aquí más palabras y expresiones en inglés. Para los que crean que esto no es útil, les recuerdo que todas estas palabras y expresiones las saco de actuales conversaciones que se oyen en la TV, en el internet, en periódicos y revistas. Van a ver que si leen y escuchan inglés, se van a encontrar con muchas de estas expresiones que les estoy dando. Es una manera de llenar esas lagunas que todo estudiante de inglés experimenta y que necesita saber para poder tener una comprensión cabal de lo que oye o lee. We could make a myriad of things with this. This just needs a little tweak. This is great news. Recuerden que noticias en inglés está en plural, news, pero se le trata como si estuviera en singular. No se dice these are great news, sino this is great news. Being an actor is great, but winning an Oscar would be the icing on the cake. El icing en una torta es la capa que cubre la torta. Remember, location, location, location. We did this for the greater good. I don't teach that to my son on principle. He went to college, university, has a PhD, the whole shebang. También puede decirse the whole enchilada. Muchos padres hablan así a sus niños pequeños. Do you need to go potty? This artist is everywhere. He's ubiquitous. There's a deep wedge between the rich and the poor. Wedge significa literalmente cuña, aunque gap es más usado aquí por brecha. Technology is a disruptive force. I'm down for investing in tech. I need to have a reliable car. A military coup. Wow, you can really belt out. I was appalled by the idea. Esto es lo que se le dice a un bebé. You got a boo-boo? I'm not flipping out over that. My knee is acting up again. Aquí también se puede decir obviamente hurting. I have a Charlie horse in my right calf. La forma más común por calambre es cramp. I've got a black head on my nose. Si tiene una punta blanca, a veces se dice white head. Can you tone it down and speak without yelling? They try to overthrow the current president. He has a flamboyant personality. Esta palabra en inglés es más usada para describir a un gay que es bien amanerado. Who coined the term 420? A propósito, 420 es el 20 de abril, un día en que los que fuman marihuana celebran. She claims she has psychic abilities. She kills it in the movie. También se puede decir she slays it in the movie. Slay también significa matar. A foreign aid program. They're filming a biopic about Aretha Franklin. Let's not disenfranchise the voters. Looks like the North Korean leader is always bluffing. Bluff significa engañar a alguien diciendo que va a hacer algo y al final no hace nada. Por ejemplo, cuando un hombre amenaza a otro que lo puede derrotar en una pelea, pero al final se retira y no quiere pelear. We're pulling for you guys. A house was burglarized last night. Burglar solamente significa ladrón. Many animals are slaughtered so we can eat them. The victim was bludgeoned to death. Instead of science, we believe in hocus pocus. Una forma más común por hechicería es witchcraft. There was no hanky-panky between us. A lingerie catalog. Algunos lo pronuncian lingerie. The soccer players are warming up. The team is in a losing streak. Si quieren decir en una racha ganadora, winning streak. The best teams are usually seated in a group. A cuckold is a man whose woman is cheating on him. A ruthless leader. I don't have time for your moronic comments. I had a long-standing feud with him. We shouldn't rule out that possibility. This is my gross income, not my net income. Teenagers are rude, but mind you, I was the same when I was that age. The policeman hit me with a club. This is a star-studded film. I didn't read your comment in full before replying. I skimmed over the article. The wheels locked up, causing the vehicle to slide. We need to run a background check on this guy. He upped his offer to $2,000. Don't hesitate to call us. She didn't fare well in another city. I don't take it for granted. The price is 2 days at the Bahamas, airfare and accommodations included. We went to a gun range. From this vantage point, we can see the whole valley. Don't beg, it demeans you. Education benefits society at large. The suspect is still at large. Everybody was dancing and he was just looking on. Aquí también podría haberse dicho simplemente looking. That can be construed as an offense. You have to take a softener's tool to make your bowel movements comfortable. My poor vision impairs my ability to drive. You need a laxative if you're constipated. This institution has been left to its own devices. He bet on that horse and lost his shirt. It is you who cannot see past your opinions. Today is gonna be 90 degrees at the most. We'll have a good time at the beach, lest it rains. Aquí es más común usar unless. We should isolate him while we run more tests. He showed his true colors this time. I ruffled some feathers with my questions. To ruffle some feathers literalmente significa erizar algunas plumas. He was leading in the polls from February onwards. We cannot tolerate this travesty. Más usado puede ser farce. It's the wound in the head that did him in. He's just a run-of-the-mill politician. This is an insurmountable obstacle. Trickle-down economics. Trickle-down es cuando, por ejemplo, un líquido se filtra o se escurre. Trickle-down economics es la idea de que si los ricos tienen más dinero, de algún modo este dinero se va a filtrar a los pobres y los va a beneficiar. I beat you fair and square. That word is derogatory. They were involved in racketeering and extortion. She's a hell of a cook. I don't want you to jinx me. I have a cold and you gave it to me. They're locked in a battle for the first place. He's spending money hands over fist. Couples break up and make up all the time. Here's some takeaways from the speech. College tuition is expensive now. She works at a daycare center. He's willing to pay top dollar for that. And now violence has reared its ugly head. She was on an ego trip because of all the praise she received. His legacy lives on. How are you getting along with your wife? It's complicated. Cuando alguien dice esto es que tiene problemas en su matrimonio o en su relación. Now, fast forward to 10 years. I'm running the company I started working for. What enhancements are you making? Acá también se puede usar improvements. I like to shout out to my friends. What you did was mean-spirited. I recanted my statement. Why go through all this charade? When they met, sparks flew. Esto significa que quedaron fascinados el uno del otro. What they're trying to do is character assassination. A threat is looming over the city. He's a courageous man. También brave. I can't condone that behavior. This happened 2 years prior to that. We have damning evidence that he is guilty. Now I turn the tables on you. We went to counseling together. We have to find a way to appease the masses. If you're gonna do it, do so at your own peril. That'll open a can of worms. Can of worms literalmente significa una lata de lombrices. When I hurt my back, I let out a few expletives. It had to be that nincompoop. This is turning into a wild goose chase. Wild goose chase literalmente significa persecución a un ganso salvaje o silvestre. This better not be a joke. I have a goofy sense of humor. You have a bias against Hispanics. I take issue with some of my colleagues. This double standard is unacceptable. There's no room for you. I concede that we made some mistakes. Is martyrdom suicide? He pulled a De Niro saying, "Are you talking to me?" De Niro es un actor. They used a stuntman for the risky scenes. Jackie Chan used to do all his own stunts. Growth can be stunted as a result of malnutrition. He was bitch slapped because of his misbehaving. Bitch slap es una jerga que significa abofetear a alguien que se lo merece. We should continue the work we've made thus far. His religion trumps his science. People from all walks of life. I'm skeptic about what you said. I heard he's a scientist of sorts. Aquí también se podría haber dicho, I heard he's sort of a scientist. Maybe there's something to it. I think he's onto something. I'm a little bit jaded of doing the same thing.